All right, this is the Karen and Brigitte hour. No, just kidding. So we're here talking a little bit about what the teacher training in June is going to be about and what you can expect. And so Brigitte and I are just kind of having a conversation about this.
Yes, I'm really happy to be here today with you, Karen. I have a couple of questions with the training, and I'm sure people who are interested in it would also like to know. With preparation for training, what are your suggestions?
Okay, so it's like any sport or discipline or adventure you embark on. You want to gather a little bit of information so you don't go in like totally blindfolded. And preparing your body, it doesn't have to be an intense thing, but maybe just learning a little bit about a yogic diet. Start cleaning up your diet a little bit, maybe giving yourself a bedtime with some meditation, or waking up a little bit earlier and having some meditation time by yourself. Also coming to some yoga classes here at Studio B with the great teachers they have. So you can just learn a little bit about the poses. But nothing too intense. It's just like, you're going to come into a week's worth of training and it's going to be an intensive. And so like to suddenly be without your Snickers bar or, whatever, your fried chicken or whatever it is. Or maybe you don't get any activity in a day and here we are exercising you a lot. You're probably going to have a hard time moving, the next day. But a little bit of philosophy, a little bit of activity, a little bit of diet change, that would probably be it.
I know for sure that I'm practicing that. I went from the vintage Starbucks black coffee for 1 week down to the grande for another week, so I'm shaving it down, and this week I'm on tall.
Oh, good. And then the next week it'll be just a little shot glass of espresso, and you'll be done, out of the way.
Boom. Done. So
we'll be drinking a little bit more yerba mate, which is a natural energy drink, so you can transition into mate after your coffee's over with.
Next week. Okay. I will do that. Thank you. That's a really good tip. And then I was questioning about the levels of experience. I know some people say that, I don't want to do yoga, I'm too stiff. Or I have arthritis, or they need modifications with hurt shoulders. What are your suggestions on levels of experience for your training?
I am really open to anybody who has a desire to transform to come in and give it a go. Sometimes we get kind of stuck in the idea that asana is yoga, and it's not all of what yoga is. It's yoga asana, which are the postures. However, we're going to be eating, and we're going to be doing different Ayurvedic concoctions, different juices, and you might find that that's something that you have a little bit of experience about, or you would really like to learn more. We're going to be learning some philosophies and our worldview, like changing our worldview a little bit, or really digging into what belief systems might not be serving us anymore. And so to maybe pull some weeds on some outdated thoughts, and opening up our mind through meditation and community to something a little bit broader and broadening our horizons. So as far as your level, where you're at, we're going to definitely have modifications. They have all the props here, wonderful. Anything that you need to prop your body to stay in a position over here at Studio B, we've got it. So there's always modifications. There's going to be plenty of assistants in the class who are going to help with the yoga poses. And the stiffness in the body is mirrored by a stiffness in the mind. So with this program, we're working very deeply with the mind and creating new pathways of learning and understanding and perspective. And you'll be surprised that shifting your perceptions about something, like an old belief that you're holding on to, suddenly you shift your perspective and you can touch your feet and maybe go a little bit deeper, like 2 inches or something deeper in a forward fold. So we're working so much with the mind that the body is going to be dragged along with it. But get ready to make some shifts with the mind, because it all starts there. That's, we know this with the law of attraction. we want to think positively and happily and joyfully and have fun with things, and that's how our life will reflect. So we're going to be having fun. That's my middle name. I think it's yours too. That's why
definitely.
we got the sister thing going with the middle name of fun.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to it. Also, the spiritual growth that will be coming from it with that transformation.
Yes.
I know for myself, I'm needing that. I feel like I've plateaued with some things, and so now I'm at this stage where I need to move beyond that myself.
Right.
So.
And it's so amazing how quickly we can make these transitions and transformations, and growth can happen when we work with a group of people. There's many paths to liberation or enlightenment or whatever you want to call it. And, traditionally people have gone into like monasteries, or, in the ancient days they went into the caves and they kind of did it alone. And there is an aloneness to this process, right? But it's like my teacher once said to me, when you get together with a group of people, it's like water dripping off tin. It happens fast. So that's the nice thing about this sort of phoenix rising, or whatever you want to call it, transformation. In a group, it's like we're all raising together. So there's transformations that happen that you didn't know you necessarily were on the precipice of having. It's just a collective experience. So
Nice, exciting. Now I noticed on the schedule we will be meeting in June, and then having that digest and bringing that into our lifestyle, and then we will be meeting once again back in late July, early August. Can you please tell me the reasons for that?
Okay, well, there's a couple reasons. One is I was thinking, I've had a lot of high school students go through my program, and I've also had a lot of mothers who have kids who their kids get out of school in the summertime, or high schoolers are out in the summertime. So I wanted to make it at that time, that first week, to kind of kick off summer and this like 3-month summertime season. So that first week is going to be a little bit more of digging into the diet, digging into the philosophy, opening up our mind to these new understandings, into Sankhya, into Sanskrit, into asana, and it's a little different. So we're going to take that first week and then start a sadhana program. And sadhana is just basically a daily practice. It's a different type of yoga we're going to be doing for our sadhana than straight hatha yoga. It's called Kundalini yoga, and it is required a 40-day straight practice. So we'll start as a group, right? And then we'll go for our week, and then you have 3 more weeks in which you do on your own your sadhana. And that, just to digress a little bit, that sadhana practice is super important because it's the boat that's going to take you from one shore to another. And that is something you do by yourself. So we'll start as the group, and then you carry on with that. And then when you're done with that 40-day sadhana, we'll be getting back together and really working on our personal expression as a teacher, our style, our technique, really learning those poses, teaching to each other, offering some free classes to the community, and just kind of like fine-tuning that. So the first part is really opening up to the transformation and what is really required personally as a leader or as a teacher, to just be like one step ahead of your students. That's where we want to be when we're teaching. And then that second week is we're going to have a day at the lake where we do some yoga on the paddle boards and just have fun learning, what our style of teaching is. So we need to have that first week, we need to have about a month in between to digest everything that happens. And then, we come back in July and August and finish up.
Nice. Sounds so good. And what will a typical day look like with training?
Well, typically, if you've ever been my student, you know that there is no typical day, that everything is subject to little tangents or whatever comes up for the day. But I am making a PowerPoint program, which is going to keep us on task, so this is a good thing. In the morning, we'll get together at 7. We'll do our own group Kundalini yoga session, and then we'll juice together and There's usually people have gardens and they'll bring vegetables, so I kind of put that out there that we get to share each other's exotic vegetables from the gardens, and it's a real community time when we juice together. It's like, we're all having fun with the food. And then we will do some more yoga at 9 o'clock because the regular classes are going to be continuing here. After that, we'll be doing some philosophy and some process. Then we'll have lunch. We'll cook together. Usually khichdi is what we're going to be eating, which is a very bland diet. So we're going to give our gut a break for a week. That's a big transformation just in itself. And then we'll have some time for meditation. We'll be doing some Nidra yoga, right?
Yes.
And then a little bit more philosophy. Another yoga class in the evening time we'll be doing together and continuing until about 7 o'clock. So it's a pretty packed day with lots of movement and meditation and mental work as well.
Nice.
And a lot of fun, too. So we don't want it to be too mental. We're going to...
Yes, definitely. I think that covers it.
That covers it for now. Look out. We're going to get together again, and we're going to tell you all about it. Thank you.
Thank you.